India and Israel are two very different countries, yet their individual paths to statehood also share many parallels. In the following presentation, each country's history, opposition, government form, and national identity will be examined, and from this, common themes shall emerge and be discussed. These themes include religion's role in each society, territory disputes, transnationalism, and the role of external influences in attaining democracy as their government form. Israel's history is one that is marked with much turbulence, as the three major monotheistic religions of the world each make claim to this ancient land of Palestine. Its early history includes the Romans expelling the Jews in 135 BCE, with this resulting in what became the Jewish Diaspora. Much of the Diaspora was spread throughout Europe as well as the Middle East. However, the Jews did not have claim to a particular homeland they could call their own. In the late 19th century, fueled by the anti-Semitism prevalent at the time, the Zionist movement began with the aspiration of establishing a safe haven as well as a Jewish homeland for the Diaspora. This led to the Aliyahs or migrations back to the ancient land of Palestine. And following the Holocaust, with more than 6 million deaths to the Jewish people, an acceleration of this rate of migration took place as many sought refuge in a safe haven. Many of Israel's Arab neighbors also serve as regional as well as domestic opposition for Israel. Part of this is also related to Islam not taking a very pro-Israeli side on many matters or supporting the Zionist movement. Transnationalism is also a problem, both domestically and regionally for Israel. Many terrorist attacks take place regularly within Israel's borders by groups such as Hamas and Hezbollah, who seek to, in their view, defend Palestinians who have been displaced by the Jews. Iran is another actor that contributes to Israel's regional opposition. Although not an Arab state, this Persian state is one that has had a turbulent history with Israel and supports some of the transnational groups within the region, as they do not acknowledge Israel's right to exist as a Jewish state.
India's history and culture is ancient and dynamic, spanning back to the beginning of human civilization. The history of India begins with the birth of the Indus Valley Civilization. The two major cities that flourished during this time were Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. This advanced civilization was a prosperous farming society which used advanced bronze tools of their time. Archaeologists conclude that the Indus people depended upon trade and valued the beauty of art. The reasons for the decline of the Indus Valley civilization is still not clear today. The Aryan Empire followed shortly after and introduced Hinduism to the Indian people. The period between the 4th century and 6th century CE is known as the Golden Age of India. This period is marked by many academic achievements that are respected still to this day. Prior to the Golden Age of India, Buddhism became very powerful. The peace and prosperity created under leaderships of Guptas enabled the pursuit of scientific and artistic endeavors in India and the re-emergence of the Hinduism faith. The Gupta Empire declined after numerous attacks by neighboring communities, and a new era began. With the decline of the Maratha Empire and the establishment of the European trading posts, Britain ruled over India land.
While the British were in control of India, they allowed Indian elites to participate in the political system that was operating within India. This participation by the Indian elites created a democratic mindset within the elite class. This mindset helped lead to the establishment of democracy in 1947. The views that Indians held on terrorism and fascism were also pivotal in the establishment of democracy. World War II caused the Indian National Congress to endorse democracy and denounce fascism and Nazism. This led to India siding with the Allies during World War II and helped lead to India's independence.
Hindu and Muslim conflicts began to dramatically increase due to the separation of Muslim-majority areas and the creation of the independent state of Pakistan. India and Pakistan began arguing over numerous areas of land, especially Kashmir, who opted to neither join Pakistan nor India. Still to this day, the conflict between Pakistan and India is ongoing. New transnational threats from global jihadis who seek to re-establish the caliphate have emerged. Another national security threat India faces is an allied relationship between China and Pakistan. While the two emerging powers have had disputes in the past, China's developing relationship with Pakistan has strained China and India relationships. When considering nuclear proliferation as well as transnational threats, China has become a major threat to India.
When considering the case of Israel and India, it is clear that religion has played a prominent role in both countries. In Israel, Judaism has become the pillar of its national identity and the element that brought many into its lands. In India, however, it did not serve as a uniting factor. Rather, it became a strong point for both the regional and domestic opposition. With Pakistan essentially becoming a Muslim nation, the division occurred when religion and its focal point. India also serves as a nation defined by its diversity, as many religions exist within it. Whether one is considering India or Israel, religion is a clear component for each, and its role in both societies is very significant. Another element that both Israel and India share is its territory disputes. Israel has been in a struggle for land, either to obtain it or defend, with the Zionist movement, as well as its eventual independence serving as an important juncture. India has also been implicated in a number of territory battles, with its independence also being a critical point. In India's more recent history, Kashmir also serves as a critical territory with much conflict surrounding it, as evident by the ongoing tensions between itself and Pakistan. Within the struggle for independence, both Israel and India share common influence. Britain. The British have left their mark in both countries as evident by the political and legal framework of each system. Once again, territory disputes and a struggle for independence are a common theme that India and Israel share. A notable difference that exists when considering India and Israel is the people itself. Although much diversity exists in India as well as Israel, Indians were never expelled from their land or prolonged periods of time. What became the Jewish Diaspora is what returned to the lands of Israel, but Indians do not share this element of history. Both countries display a common theme of victimhood in a way. As the Indian people were exploited as a result of colonization, while the Jewish diaspora became a victim of anti-Semitic actions, especially in the early part of the 20th century during the Holocaust. Despite this common theme, though, the Indian diaspora did not struggle for its existence the same way that Israel's did, and still do.